All right, welcome to the fourth and final review of the evening. Up this time is Origament, a paper adventure. I will denote that the title is making a portmanteau pun of arrangement and origami because you play as some sort of magical living letter as you have to find your way to solve the one who still waits for you. Fly, sail, roll, solve puzzles, uncover secrets, and travel through time and continents in this adventure platformer. Yeah, if nothing else, we get a lot of weird games, don't we?
Welcome to the indie sphere.
Yes, yes. This is why I ignore a lot of comments and commentary about creativity and the industry because there's a lot of off kilter art being made in the indie sphere.
When you don't need to make the amount of an entire country on your game, you can afford to be creative. But that is a topic of discussion for another time.
Uh, well, like the only AAA level studio that I think would do something like this is Double Fine,
Yeah.
and look what that's gotten them. But we've talked about that
Mhm.
anyway. So yeah, arrangement here. You are a piece of paper that has to get to, I assume, the attendant who needs to read the message. I know I didn't beat the game, but so you have four forms in order to traverse the hill and dale and water. Um, you've got your base form, a crumpled up ball. Um, and you will quickly gain three other forms. You got the paper airplane, which allows you to fly, um, get up high. Yeah, there's a lot of traversal puzzles involved with that one. The paper boat, yeah, that's what you're using to traverse through water. You can actually traverse with the roll-up ball, but it's not very fun or elegant to use. And
Mhm.
finally, you have the shuriken. The shuriken is your action setting because very occasionally there are paper wasps to scare off, or there are jugs to break. Do not ask me how a paper shuriken can break jugs. I am presuming it's the magic that allows it to move. Um, and also, it can hit switches and stuff. Um, I suppose there are some who would classify this as a puzzle platformer. I really don't see it, because like the puzzles when they do show up are very simple. Like there is a ball puzzle where you have to insert three balls into three holes and they're colored. Like it's kind of kindergarten stuff.
Mhm.
Like no, this game isn't really challenging your noodle so much as like in trying to figure out how to get places. It's more
I
about
guess the
using.
challenge could be in optimally changing your mode of transportation.
There are some obstacles. Um, you will quickly come across some red grass. It's
Yeah.
heat, and yeah, see that stuff that'll burn you. Um, and there are other representations of fire. Um, fire bad, fire bad, because you are a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Um,
Meanwhile, water is wet.
wa- uh, water is wet, but
Yeah, but you
water,
can handle that.
yeah.
At least when
I
you turn
say,
yourself into a boat.
yeah, yeah. Water is a fairly major component of the traversal. And your main goal is to A, get through the levels, but also B, to pick up the assortment of what I assume is 100 yen coins. They look like them. But those are your collectible. And you use those to get your unlockables, which are, as far as I can tell, cosmetics. And also, well, there's two types. There's the cosmetics where you can change the material you're made out of, i.e., instead of being made out of paper, do you want a tinfoil avatar here?
Or I guess
Or
I'm
a,
papyrus or some other form of, foldable
yeah,
material.
yeah, or a colored alfoil. Like there's a blue variant.
Origami paper
Like,
comes in a lot of different colors.
Right.
right, but it's but this is more metal. Like there's a specific like metal, so it's alfoil. But there's also a gold foil setting. There's a lot of you can do foil with origami.
Is there any physics changes to any of that, or is it purely cosmetic?
No, it's cosmetic. Um,
That's,
like
that's
on the
why I'm
other
thinking it
side,
might be like gilded paper.
Hmm.
like remember, you're a magic ball that can move and be acknowledged by people. It's really weird. Like they start up a like a mystery angle in the first couple of levels, like there are no people here. Where did they go? And then you get to level 3 and there are people all over the fucking place. You know, and they talk to you like you are a regular person instead of a magic ball of paper. It's
Hmm.
actually a bit off-putting, if I'm being honest. Um, um, but anyway, the other unlockable are origami pattern, as in origami instruction. So, for example, you've got the shuriken mode here. You buy the shuriken, it'll actually show you the step-by-step ways to make a actual paper shuriken. So you've got all your forms, sans the ball, because it's pretty easy to make the ball version of of this origami set here. And it also expands beyond the forms you got here. Like there's an origami fox. You don't turn into an origami fox. Although I'm I I want to say that your helper character, the origami being you talk to, is a cat.
It looks like a
Um,
cat.
yeah. It could be a fox. Like I'm not 100% sure. Um, but
You know what they
it's
say? A fox is cat software running on dog hardware.
mm, who says that?
I've heard it somewhere.
Anyway,
Yeah. Um, and there are also bonus rounds where a mysterious guy will, I don't know, give you like something. I never completed because the way it works is they're timed level. Only instead of like counting down from say a minute or something, you got like 5 seconds, and each like sphere you collect adds at like 4 seconds. It's one of those. You got you know a few seconds, but every collectible you get adds more seconds. It's actually by far the most difficult thing in this game because in terms of actual challenge, this game is definitely on the casual side of things. Um, that's not a knock against it. It's just this game isn't going to be testing your reflexes, your brain meats, um, any sort of deep challenge. it's not a narrative walking simulator either. There is actual challenge here. It's just it's not too difficult,
Hmm.
you know. And yeah, overall, I rather enjoyed this game. It's not amazing, but it struck me as a stronger game than I initially thought it was going to be. Um, oh right, and there is another collectible in Message Bottle. Once again, that was kind of part of the missing people angle,
Hmm.
which once again they kind of undercut by going to Venice. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, the game looks pretty good. Um, a bit of an exaggerated art style, or maybe basic, because this is a Unity game,
Hmm.
not like Unreal Engine 6 or anything. So,
I do
and,
like just moving around the little orb that's where you should be going, basically, like
right,
where your control is pointing you, rather.
yeah, it controls very smoothly.
Mhm.
Um, it's got a very relaxing soundtrack. Um, I suppose I do have to preface a bit of a warning here, though. This is absolutely the kind of game that will put you to sleep.
Mhm.
Not in a it's dull, boring, nothing happening sort of way, but more of a this is an ultra relaxing game
Yeah.
to the point where I was literally falling asleep playing it at one point because it was that soothing. So doesn't come up all that often, but it has come up before.
Mhm.
And let me see here. Uh, in terms of pricing, this game clocks in at a nice $10.
That's
I think
not
that
bad.
is the perfect price for this game to come in at. Um, and furthermore, it's got a demo. And thankfully, unlike the first game I reviewed this week, it's not broken.
Oh, I just found a
So
person. This, I think, is a
yeah,
person.
yeah. Like I said, it's just so weird. Yeah, this is the guy that sends you to the bonus round. Um, Speaking of which, anyway, Petty, you've been playing through the game demo. Anything you wish to add?
Not really. The game's fine.
Hmm. Alex, anything you wish to ask?
Alex, you're muted if you're trying to talk.
Hmm.
Oh,
Is he
sorry,
there?
I had it switch swapped. Um, I don't think so.
All right. All right then. So yeah, that'll about do it for origami. Sorry, arrangement here. Um,
I'm pretty sure it's
and with that,
Origament.
I'm just gonna call it arrangement because I don't feel like twisting my tongue for their pun.
Okay, but it doesn't have most of those letters.
Like, I'm sure they'll deal with it and properly. Like, anyway, the week ahead. So coming up on Wednesday, June 24th, we'll be welcoming Camus Vassal of Castle Games to the program. Let me see here. They are the makers of Gravity's Edge. Um, Run upside down, defy gravity, and explore unique worlds bursting with big Jamaican flair. That might be a tell of where this game was made. Um, Take on the challenge solo or with a friend as you battle aliens and explore secret sectors Are you ready to become a Kessler? I'm not sure what a Kessler is in this context.
So, no, because I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Once again, the weekly reminder that MSP is on break. And we do have a Friday show planned. So on Friday, June 26th, we're welcoming Romero Zavialos of Raise Games to the program. They are the creators of yet another climbing game, which begs the question of how many climbing games are actually being made to the point where you have to make that kind of title.
Well, one of them is already out, but probably at least 2.
Right. And also the creator of the Donnaverse. If you will recall, we have covered Donna the Canine Quest and Donna Survivors on the program recently. So if everything goes according to plan, they still have to chime in for confirmation. So we will be talking about those again on Friday. And yeah, so until next time, I shall wish you good gaming.